When discussing Russia's wide-body airliner Il-96-300, several important questions naturally arise, including how many aircraft have actually been produced in recent years, what future manufacturing plans look like, and whether those targets are realistic within today's industrial climate. According to the latest comprehensive program for the development of the aviation industry for 2026, often shortened to CPGA, Russia intends to build 23 Il-96-300 aircraft by the year 2035. Altitude Addicts explains that when this goal is compared with historical output, it immediately invites closer scrutiny. The Il-96 was originally developed in the late 1980s as a long-haul wide-body aircraft designed to transport passengers and cargo across intercontinental distances that can exceed 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers, or roughly 5,000 to 6,200 miles, depending on configuration. It became the first wide-body passenger jet produced in the Soviet Union and is powered by domestically manufactured PS-90A engines. Production takes place at the Voronezh Aircraft Production Association, commonly known as VASO, one of Russia's major aviation manufacturing centers and a subsidiary of the United Aircraft Corporation. To evaluate whether producing 23 aircraft over the next decade is feasible, it is necessary to examine actual manufacturing performance between 2015 and 2025. The numbers provide a revealing look at the aircraft's production trajectory. Only 5 new Il-96-300 aircraft were completed during this 10-year span. One aircraft was delivered in 2015, another in 2016, 2 were produced in 2021, and 1 more appeared in 2023. Put differently, just 5 aircraft emerged from the factory over an entire decade. There were also no deliveries during the final 2 years of that period, resulting in a practical average production rate of about half an aircraft per year. Altitude Addicts notes that this stands in sharp contrast to the significantly faster pace envisioned for the future. Under the CPGA roadmap extending to 2035, constructing 23 aircraft would require output to rise to at least 2 jets annually. That effectively means quadrupling the long-term production rate. When measured against historical performance, this level of acceleration represents a major challenge for VASO. Several factors have contributed to the slow pace, including uneven factory utilization, funding limitations, and inconsistent order volumes. Even earlier projections that envisioned roughly a dozen aircraft by 2030 were not supported by sustained manufacturing momentum. Altitude Addicts suggests that while production could theoretically stabilize if supply chains are fully secured and components become more readily available, achieving genuine serial manufacturing remains a distant objective. Understanding the gap between planning and execution requires a closer look at the plant itself. VASO possesses a long industrial heritage, yet its effective production capacity for the Il-96 appears lower than official potential, sometimes suggested by company representatives. Statements have occasionally implied the facility could produce 2 aircraft per year, but real-world output has rarely approached that level, even during stronger cycles. During weaker periods, production dropped even further. Economics and market demand remain decisive factors. Wide-body aircraft are expensive to build and operate, and Russian airlines have shown limited enthusiasm for deploying the Il-96-300 in commercial service. Replacing fleets traditionally composed of Airbus or Boeing wide-body jets involves complex financial, operational, and logistical considerations. Carriers must evaluate route economics, fuel consumption, maintenance infrastructure, and passenger demand before committing to such transitions. Supply constraints and sanctions further complicate the picture. Although Russia continues working to reduce dependence on imported components, sourcing certain materials remains challenging, sometimes delaying assembly timelines and raising production risk. At the same time, attention has also turned toward a modernized variant known as the Il-96-400M. This stretched version offers higher passenger capacity, estimated at around 390 seats in a dense configuration, positioning it for long-haul routes comparable in scale to aircraft, such as the Boeing 777X and the Airbus A350. The Il-96-400M completed its maiden flight in November 2023, marking a significant milestone after years of delay. However, its long-term trajectory remains uncertain. Reports indicate the program has slowed, with modest production expectations and limited testing activity. Altitude Addicts observes that the aircraft may ultimately serve specialized roles, such as government transport or cargo operations, rather than entering large-scale commercial production. Investment adjustments in related programs also hint that the project may no longer carry the same strategic priority it once held. Placing the Il-96 within Russia's broader aviation strategy provides additional clarity. While wide-body jets remain essential for long-distance travel, the National Development Roadmap through 2030 emphasizes other projects, such as the MC-21, the SJ-100, the EL-114-300, and the TU-214. As a result, the Il-96 appears to occupy a more limited role despite remaining part of the overarching strategy. Production targets have already been revised downward from earlier projections, reflecting moderated ambitions influenced by technological hurdles, shifting priorities, and economic pressure. A fundamental question therefore emerges: even if production rises, who will operate these aircraft? Russian airlines have yet to demonstrate strong demand for the Il-96-300 as a commercial platform. Operational efficiency, life cycle costs, and maintenance ecosystems all influence fleet decisions. Transitioning to a new aircraft type is inherently complex, particularly when route structures and fuel performance must be reassessed. Government orders and special-purpose aviation provide some support, but these alone are unlikely to generate enough volume to fully utilize the production line. Altitude Addicts explains that this is why the Il-96 is increasingly described as a strategic program rather than a purely market-driven one. Strategic programs often prioritize technological independence, industrial continuity, and sovereign manufacturing capability over immediate commercial profitability. That distinction is critical for understanding the aircraft's ongoing relevance. The contrast between ambition and reality is striking. Building 23 aircraft by 2035 would require VASO to transform its production profile from roughly 0.5 aircraft per year to at least 2 annually. Achieving such growth would demand expanded orders, stabilized supply chains, a ready workforce, modernization of manufacturing infrastructure, and stronger financial backing. Given current industrial conditions and limited airline demand, the target is undeniably challenging. Yet it may not be entirely unattainable if sustained state support continues. Altitude Addicts emphasizes that future government decisions on fleet renewal and aerospace independence will heavily influence the program's direction. A genuine manufacturing breakthrough would likely require ongoing technological progress, deeper investment, and firmer procurement commitments. Until then, the Il-96-300 stands as both a symbol of Russia's aviation heritage and a reminder of the complex intersection where ambition, economics, and geopolitics meet. If you liked the video, please subscribe, share, and like. Also, please take the membership of Altitude Addicts to encourage us.